What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful and informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball stuff being removed from the game, because as of when I'm posting this video, with tomorrow's update, those items should both be removed from the game. And I'm sure many of you are going to be happy to hear that. I feel like in general, there's been a pretty negative connotation towards both those mythics for like the entirety of them existing within Fortnite. So I'm sure that'll be nice to see for many of you. We could go faulty here. I feel like I've always gone faulty for these videos, so it's just like far and away my favorite location on this map. I think we're gonna go mansion outside of Frenzy. I don't know if I've landed here for any of these videos, but if you guys are looking for like a decent low-key spot to land, this can be quite good. In solos, it's a solid amount of loot, and there's a good amount of coolers here, so you should be able to get splashes. In team game modes, it's not the most loot, but you could like land here if contested, and then if uncontested, kind of spread out between like this mansion, those houses over there, and those houses over here. Just like this general like Frenzy outskirts area is a solid amount of loot that is usually going to be relatively uncontested. So you could do a split drop, but like I said, just see if you're contested, and then land together if conned. If not conned, don't land together. Sometimes there's people that land here though. Seems like we only got one guy this game. I've had a decent amount of games where there's like several people here. It can be pretty chaotic. Like even just 5 people being here is way too many, you know. He's drink 2 slap juice. Nice, I'm happy to eliminate that player. I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life with a shotgun than the Maven shotgun in this game right now. I don't ever want to use this thing. Luckily, we got a hammer. That would be one of the biggest weaknesses of a place like this, is that there's no oathbound chests, so your potential of getting hammer is relatively low. But I don't know if I've just been having the best luck ever the past few weeks or what, but it seems like they increased the chances of getting hammers from like general loot. And I could definitely be wrong on this because, you know, my experience playing Fortnite within the past week is a relatively small sample size within the grand scheme of things. But I haven't had nearly as hard of a time getting a hammer this week. And that kind of would make sense to do because, like, at the start of the season, there wasn't very many items that you could get out of the Oathbound chest. But since they added the bird and the guardian shield, kind of populating the oathbound chests with more potential items kind of decreases your chances of getting a hammer. So I feel like making it spawn more frequently in general loot would be a nice solution to that. Unfortunately, we got like no chug splashes here. That first guy we fought opened them. Guess we'll get first assault. Not a great augment, not a terrible augment either. Not really something I'm really that excited to get or dreading getting at all, you know, just kind of, it's kind of there. It's okay. 2 splashes. Dang, we are down bad for splashes, unfortunately. And then there also is hollow chests here that spawn in the back here. Unfortunately, we didn't get a key this game. So we can't really do anything with that. And so if you did want to play this game relatively low-key, I feel like with where we went and with this zone... Oh, someone's right here. I hate when I want to crouch walk up and then I accidentally slide. Nice. Okay, so if you did want to play this game somewhat low-key, I think land here, wrap in through this bottom part here. And I guess we can kind of try to just play more passive. It's not typically how I play. I like to get in a lot of fights for these games and kind of give more thoughts on fighting, but we've done that a bunch, so maybe we'll just try to play this game and explain rotations more so than I typically do. We could still pick up a decent amount of kills depending. We'll see. That player didn't really have much loot for me there. I was hoping they would maybe be stacked. But yeah, rotating in on the edge, like this, there could be people here, but there shouldn't be that many people. Like a lot of the people that have to rotate in on the zone are going to be coming in on like that part right there. Would rather have a pistol than the SMG personally. I think there's a cooler spawn up here. I don't know if they would have looted it. Dead. Game doesn't want me having splashes today. Nice, we can get shotgun striker. I kind of talked about this augment in my most recent video, or one of my recent videos that I made, kind of talking about underrated and overrated augments. And I talked about the shotgun striker augment being overrated, and that in no way means bad. You know, like overrated does not equal bad. It just means that a lot of people's opinion of it is higher than it should be. It's still a very good augment. It's just that when it first came out, it was very, very broken. It's since then been reworked. But it's still nice to have, and it maybe could, you know, change the outcome of a fight. It's just less likely to change the outcome of a fight than it was when it was initially added. That's why I feel it's overrated, but it's still very good. I'm happy to have it. I'm just not going to go out of my way to get it, whereas like when it initially came out, I was going out of my way to get it. I thought it was like the most broken augment in the game at the time. We finally got full splashes. Fortunately, no keys. There was a lot of hollow chests here along this loot path. And this is kind of what I was talking about. All these houses out here can potentially be good loot for you. Like, I feel like if your team was unconned in that area, you can kind of spread amongst those houses and you get all that looted really quick. Someone has been here, surprisingly. Maybe got to be more careful than I thought. They may still be here. I think there's a slot barrel right here. Yeah. There's people fighting in faulty. Still fighting heavy. In faulty. And then same thing with this zone. If we wanted to be more low-key, we could rotate on right side, and we're going to be relatively uncontested there. I do want a third party this fight, though. Basically, with rotating, nice. Whatever edge or area is most inconvenient to get to is typically going to be less populated. Now, you know, every game is full of individuals that can make their own decisions, so it's not like it's guaranteed to be that case, but that's just typically how it'll be. So yeah, if you wanted to be on Cond over there. Whereas like this path, all the people in this area have to rotate in on that same side, so it's way more likely to be populated. I'm trying to explain these rotations, but I'm also like concerned about getting shot while I have the map open. We can get these slap berries for unlimited sprint. And then also, like, with this area, most of the people that, unless there's somebody ahead of me, if there was anybody coming through this area, we likely would have encountered them by now. But there could be somebody hanging out at those houses. It's definitely possible. I'm not sure if I necessarily want to go there, though. We might just kind of chill over here. Can you eat the berries, lady? People fighting over here. Could hammer, but we'll give away our location. Although if we get caught in this kind of no man's land area down here, that'll not be good. But catching them off guard would definitely be preferred. And there may be a decent amount of players coming in on this rotation. Because like I said, a lot of the map has to flow in through the same side. This is kind of like what I was trying to avoid, but it happens. That's a very bad combo. I do not know why people do that. As soon as I saw him hammering into redeploying, I knew that would be a kill. Somebody in this bush, that's not great for me. Almost just got caught in very bad timing there. Oh, they don't seem to be the best. It's like 120-ish damage roughly. Alright, did you want to just get away from this and reload? Just get to cover immediately. Break line of sight from where we were and reload our guns. Potentially deal with third parties. What I was gonna say is I think that the glider redeploy and hammer combo I think is very bad. It makes you very beamable, as you saw on that guy there. And as soon as I saw him doing that, it was a kill I wanted to get. 120 damage once again. Broke shield. Alright, that guy probably gets away. I don't want to push into that. Because we're very likely to get third-partied over there. I maybe could get the kill, but like I said, I kind of want to play this game a little bit more reserved than I typically would. And kind of show you guys that playstyle. I probably could just like full send that guy and maybe get the kill. But I mean, we fried him. We made him waste heals. That'll benefit us in the long run. And then also on the AR trade. I feel like I was very much had the upper hand there. I'm not ridiculously concerned about fighting that player later on. Dang, I shot the wrong one. I couldn't tell which one I shot first. Yeah, that stinks. You want to, like, when somebody rifts like that, means they're no shield. But, like, two rifted at the same time, so I couldn't tell which one it was. And I did hit shield right away, but I wasn't, like, sure which one I hit because they were just, like, jumbled up there. And look at how easy, like I was talking about before from these houses, look at how easy it would have been for those houses to get into zone. Like once you have that part of zone to yourself, you have an easy time in the game. This is that player we cracked before. We like cracked him and hit him 30 white. Broke shield again. This is kind of like what I was talking about. Like we didn't have to full send him because we kind of griefed his game. Rip. I wanted to... he got away probably. I wanted to hammer a second time there. I messed up and like canceled it. But I wanted to hammer twice and then slide. But my second hammer didn't go off and then that guy gets away. But as you saw, like I think he had no reserve shield. Like I think we just broke his overshield there and then he was no shield. So we kind of ruined that guy's game earlier. It wasn't like super important for us to pursue him. Maybe he gets heals and gets back in the game, but didn't think it was worth overextending. Not at all where I wanted to go. Just recently heard somebody hammer over here. Somebody just fought. They got a crown. I don't know where exactly it was, though. I think it was in the low ground over there. That was not ideal. That was such an awkward encounter. No, my hammer isn't recharged. I thought I could drink the slurp and then hammer there. No, my shotgun wasn't loaded. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. You immediately saw what I've been talking about all game there. The moment we get into a fight, just third-partied into oblivion almost. So many players playing strictly to third party, and our hammer being on cooldown there really cost us. I was being kind of greedy with the heals. But yeah, our hammer being on cooldown really cost us, and just the fact that that first person we fought, I don't think that could have been a more awkward fight. There's just no way on earth. There's no potential for it to be more awkward than it was. There may have been the mythic hammer over there. I'm not too sure, but it's whatever. Just barely saw this person at the corner of my eye. I don't know if they know that I saw him. Rip. They will get forced out of there. They have an X-Cal though, so we have to be careful. It's the most irritating item in the game to play against, in my opinion. Storm is hitting for not a lot, but not an insignificant amount either at this point. Oh, he Nimbused. I didn't see it. GG's. 2 opponents remain. I don't even want to shoot him because he has the rift. So the players posted up in bunkers. Dang, if I had one more hammer charge, this guy's so dead. GG's. I was more concerned about killing this guy. So, like, I don't know. The rift ejector, I think, is really bad. I think it's really overrated. If it's a 1v1v1, I would rather kill the person that doesn't have rift. Unless we get a free kill on the person rifting, it's fine. But I don't really have any damage on either of them there. So I would rather not deal with the rifter because he's going to waste more of our time. If that makes any sense. But, so yeah, we kill this guy, and then once it's a 1v1, if that player rifts, it's not that big of a deal to us. But if I waste time fighting the person that's just going to rift anyways, and then we get third-partied, that's, I feel like, more detrimental for us there. But I hope you guys found this video helpful or informative. Like I said, I kind of tried to play it a little bit differently than how I typically play it, because usually with these, I just want to get into a bunch of fights and kind of commentate fights. But I've done that a bunch, so thought maybe we could focus a little more on rotations this time and kind of, you know, explain how to put yourself in the best chance to win. We still had some very scuffed encounters there, mainly because the player at Slappy was playing incredibly weird. But that's all it takes in this game, is somebody playing weird, and then you get third-partied into oblivion, and it's just unplayable. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative. Remember to give it a like if you did, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.